afternoon, everyone. I am drained. What a crazy day. I haven't had food yet, so I am eating while making a video, and you guys will have to deal with that. Because if I don't make a video now, it'll be dark by the time I get my next load in. So I managed to unload the first load yesterday in Abbotsford yesterday. 2 minutes before they closed, I pulled in and they unloaded me. It's like, yes. Ambulance coming this way on the other lane. On the other side of the highway. And then today morning, unloaded at 7:30 sharp at the other location. And then today I have 4 pickups. So, got a pickup in Hope, which I'm headed to right now. I haven't picked that one up yet. A pickup in Abbotsford, a pickup in Surrey, and a pickup in Richmond. So, I drove to Richmond first. That's the furthest. I don't know why you had to pull in there and slow down. Silly people. The Richmond load is the furthest west, so I figure I'll go into the city and get that one first. Showed up on site, and it's just a factory being taken apart. 2 guys working away, taking stuff apart. And I approached them and asked them, and they're like, "Not out of here, you're not. We stopped shipping out of here yesterday. The place is torn apart. We're closed." I'm like, "Oh, nice." So a bunch of phone calls. Go for a pass, but there's people beside me. Bunch of phone calls, realize I have to backtrack, and there was no reason to go to Richmond. I have to load close to where I unloaded in Surrey. Well, actually it was in New Westminster on Angus Island. So I went over that bridge for nothing. Yeah. And there's bumper-to-bumper traffic. Loaded in New West, and then it was one I-beam. That's all it was, one huge I-beam, 25 feet long. I don't know, 1.5 feet tall, big. It's one big I-beam. Drove to Surrey. It's 4 grids, size of plywood, and then 3 catwalks. They're about 30 feet long, 3 feet wide. And then we'll have to tarp all these loads too, so I have to tarp and untarp between them. Off to Abbotsford, and they had a whole bunch of small I-beams, put them on the back trailer. And now I'm headed to Hope. I asked at Abbotsford, it's the same company in Abbotsford and Hope. The other ones were different companies. I asked him if he knew what I was picking up in Hope, and he said pretty much exactly the same thing as I was picking up here. It was just the rest of them are located in Hope. I'm like, okay, off to Hope it is. I'll see how much it is. I'm hoping to get it on the front trailer for weight-wise, because I'm just so light. But if I had known I was getting a bunch of I-beams, I would have loaded the grids and the catwalks way on the back. And load these I-beams, which are heavier, on the front. But we'll see. We'll see. I still have space up front. I'm hoping to fit all of that up front. I love Vancouver traffic. There's all day long I've been in this. All day long. to replace those wiper blades because they're just so grippy on the windshield. The nice thing about having steel and I-beams and stuff with my tarps, I don't bungee them down. Throw the tarps over it and then throw my straps on top of the tarps. Holds all the tarps nicely in. Tried it with lumber and it's just irritating with lumber, so. But with steel it works really well. They're different tarps too. I shouldn't say no bungees. I have like a couple bungees on the front and on the back just to tuck the ends in. And so far I've been really lucky about one thing though. It's been raining really hard on and off. But so far, every single time I've stopped to load, it stopped raining. So I've been kind of blessed that way. I'm not soaking wet. I'm dirty. My pants are just completely dirty. My boots are wet, soaked through. But one more stop, and then we're good to go. And then we can go home. About another 5 hours or so, 5.5 hours to get home. I should have the hours. I'd be close. Hopefully I get home today. I got 7.5 hours left right now. Plus I have to load. It'll be close. Depends how long they take to load me. Seems every single exit we just slow down to a crawl. Excuse me. They don't realize that they could slow down on the off-ramp. That's what the off-ramp is designed for. And the on-ramp, it's like a runway. Full speed until you hit that and then slow down. That way you don't inhibit the rest of the traffic. Tip of the day. When you come onto an on-ramp, floor it. Get right up to speed and then match the cars beside you. Match the speed of the cars beside you and then merge in nice and smoothly between one of them. Easy. If I can do it with a Super Bee, you can do it with a car. I think we can actually set cruise control for once. How are those tarps behaving? Yeah, they're flapping around a little bit, but not bad at all. Just between the straps, especially the front one, because I have less straps on the front one. It's so light stuff, I'm only put every third strap on. Not even it. Some of it's every fourth strap. The only thing I have to be careful about right now with the I-beams on the pup, I hope I'm not heavier on the pup than on the bridge. It'll be close. Because there's I don't know exactly what the limit is, but the pup can only be a little bit, or it can be 40%. There's a percentage how much heavier the pup can be than the front trailer, and honestly a lot more unsafe. The more weight you can put, the closer to the front of the fifth wheel, or in a car, the hitch. The more weight you have on the hitch, the safer that trailer, the smoother that trailer will ride behind you. If you're hauling an RV, try to get all the weight to the front, or at least more weight to the front than to the back. I've seen those YouTube videos of RVs out of control down the highway. That will happen if you have more weight behind the RV axle than the weight in front of the RV axle. And the same thing will happen to the big rig. If all your weight's on the back, you're going to be going down the highway out of control very easily. My stomach's upset for eating so late. It is beautiful out here though, isn't it? Hey, there's a Sutco. Turn my radio on for a second, just in case he wants to talk. Don't hear anything. Okay, turn it off. I always have my radio on, but it's not safe for work. Some of the truckers are a little on the rough side. Not very many, but there are a few racist, sexist truckers out there. Who would have thought, huh? Rumble strip. Off the rumble strip. I really like the clouds today. It's just kind of neat. The clouds down low and the clouds up high. And you can see on the higher clouds there's a little dusting of snow just under the clouds. With a load like this, it'll be interesting going over the mountains with a load this light. And you would think with an empty load you would be easier going over a mountain. Not necessarily. Ooh, there's a train car, a sky train for Vancouver car on that trailer. Wonder where those get made. If you have weight on your trailers, you have a lot more grip. You have all that weight pushing you into the road. So you have a lot more grip going up the mountain than if you're empty. If you're empty, you're just going over top and you start sliding around right away. Looks like we're having a very fine mist here. Excuse me. Still have leaves on their trees. Still have fall colors over here. Yeah, so I'll load and hope. It says I'm going to get there 2:40. They close at 3, so I should be all right. That's an interesting way to haul building supplies. One little bungee is holding that in. That's not legal. CVSE will probably never pull them over, but that's not legal. Now load and hope, go home and deliver this on Monday in Grand Forks. All to one customer, thank goodness. I don't know where yet, I haven't even looked. My goal was to get all the loads in, especially with that kerfuffle in the morning, going the wrong roads or going to the wrong location. I wasted so much time. Just get this last load in. Wonder if this Tesla's on autopilot or not. He's got his hands on the steering wheel, so probably not. That's the Model X. Oh boy, that furniture is garbage. Anyway, it's starting to rain harder, so I'm gonna let you guys go. You guys have an awesome weekend. I intend to. Back to some more farming simulator. Yeah, it'll be a fun weekend. And we'll see you guys probably on Monday, because once again, it might be dark on Sunday by the time we get going. So I'll probably do my first video on Monday. So we'll see you then. Thanks for watching. Hit that thumbs up. I probably said that already, but anyway, smile and be happy.